Hi, I just thought I'd give you a few tips before the Chag, just to make sure that we don't gain too much weight over the Chag. We have a lot of simchas, a lot of meals with friends and family, and that's always fun. So just a couple of tips that we can keep in mind over the next week. One is that every time we sit down to eat, always think about what it is that our body actually wants. Because usually when we eat, we make most of our decisions on automatic. So let's actually think about it. So the first thing to go for is the vegetables. Try to get a variety of salads and vegetables cooked and raw, different colors, different flavors, and try to fill at least 50% of your plate just with the vegetables. And then afterwards, look to the protein and make sure you're getting a nice source of protein. You might not need it at every meal, but definitely think about whether you've already had a nice protein serving in the prior meal or whether it's important to make sure you get a really nice serving for this meal. You should always have some kind of healthy fat with your meal. Maybe some salad with olive oil or avocado, or maybe you have a little bit of fat in your salmon or in your meat. That's also good. And then the rest of the plate, you can put some kind of carb. So make sure that your carbs are a smart choice, a healthier carb, like starchy vegetables, like butternut squash or sweet potatoes. And of course, if you want to have, some rice with that or some challah, that's fine too. The second tip is to make a conscious choice as to what your treat of the day is. So if you decide over Chag you're going to have cake every day, even though you usually only have it on Shabbat, then that's okay. So just decide to have your cake or your treat once a day. And again, do it consciously. So if you know you're going to go to friends in the late afternoon and you know they're going to serve cake or treats, then skip it after your lunch. Or don't have a piece of cake when you come home from shul. Skip that. So making a conscious choice to have your treat only once a day is also a pretty smart thing to do when you know you're going to have a lot of Chag meals and a lot of family meals coming up. Make sure that you're drinking enough water. Make sure that you're limiting the amount of extra sugars that you're eating. Usually during Chag, we have 3 meals, bigger meals than we're used to. So try and keep your eating to those 3 eating windows, your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. Try to have all of your food in that eating window. There's no need for noshing because you're eating such big meals, especially for lunch and dinner, to try to limit your noshing as well. You can have your treat or your dessert either after lunch or maybe in between lunch or dinner. You go to friends' houses, you could have your nash then, your treat. And that's it. So the point of this, of course, is not to gain too much weight for our health. Not so much, because it doesn't really matter if we gain a kilo, right? But it's more for our health and how we feel. We don't want to come out of the Chag feeling heavier or lethargic or slower. Try to keep up your walking over the Chagim. You might miss a few exercise classes, so just go for nice long walks with your significant other or walking to shul and back, or with some friends, and enjoy. Don't forget that our quality time that we spend with our friends and family is just as important to our health as what is on our plate. So Chag Sameach.